I know the Final Four at the University of Manitoba just last night. In the semifinal action to get into this final, they defeated the Selkirk Royals 54-51. Of course, that's got to be the biggest upset of the tournament. The Selkirk was ranked number 1 at the beginning of the year. They ranked number 1 throughout different times. Number 2 coming into this tournament. Oak Park upset them 54-51 to get to this final. The Westwood Warriors, of course, have been ranked number 1 throughout most of the year as well. And coming into this tournament, they were ranked number 1. They advanced by defeating Louis-Riel 94-60 in opening round action. Quarterfinal action, they defeated Vincent Massey Trojan 66-53. You might have caught that game last weekend from Daniel Mack. Of course, the other night here, University of Manitoba, they defeated the Tech Rock Hornets 86-76. That's all those two teams advanced to the final of the 1984 Provincial AAA Basketball Championships. And of course, we talk about championships and the trophy we've seen a little earlier about what they'll be going after along with the banners. Past Provincial AAA champions, Daniel Mack, of course, is defending Provincial AAA champion from last year. Westwood won it 2 years ago. Westwood has won it on 2 different occasions, while the Oak Park Raiders, and Coach May mentioned a little earlier, this is their first ever time in the Provincial AAA final. We're going to have a lot of noise. It's getting close to being a jam-packed crowd here at the University of Manitoba Bison East Gym. We have the Westwood Warriors band, the Warriors cheerleaders, and Oak Park has brought something new to this game too. They brought their cheerleaders with them, and a very boisterous crowd for this final. Bill Anthony is going to introduce the two teams in a matter of seconds here. He's going to tell you how they advanced, as we just did, as you look at the Westwood cheerleaders. Maybe while we've got a minute just before we introduce both of these teams, we'll tell you, Coach May, what do you expect to see from these two teams here today?
In terms of the two teams that we have involved here in this championship game, the Oak Park Raiders are a team that possesses a lot in terms of inside and outside threat. Their addition, new addition to their team, 44, Chris Adams, is a very comparable inside player. On the outside, they have an excellent guard, one of the quickest guards in the province in Burton Cummings. And they have, in my estimation, probably the most all-around, the completest ball player in high school basketball this year in Dean Patzer. On the Westwood Warriors side of the coin, you're looking at a team that possesses just about all that is necessary in all facets of the game. They have themselves probably one of the better big men in the game in Murray Geeman. And the other thing that I like about Westwood is, as a team, they are able to convert a lot of the things that Coach Gus wants them to. Their execution percentage must be very high. The other thing that they have is they've got who I think is the best guard in the province. A little man by stature, but not when you look on the stat sheet and see the points that he scored and the things he does for his team. And that, of course, is number 4, Joey Vickery. What I'm looking for in this game is I expect a lot of pressure from Westwood. I expect Oak Park to try and slow the game down a little bit and work the ball and hopefully get some good shots. I think that in terms of foul trouble, it's going to be very, very important here because the Oak Park bench is not necessarily that deep, and the Westwood bench carries a lot of grade 10s on it. And although they've played well all year, we're talking about the Provincial AAA Championship game. And this fact that one quantity that we can't control, and that's experience. So I'm looking for a good game here tonight.
Okay, thanks a lot, Coach May. I think you ran out of breath there talking. Anyways, a starting lineup for the Oak Park Raiders: number 21, John King; 32, Joe Staniak; 5, Kent Kowalski; 34, Dean Patzer; number 32, Bert Cummings. The starting 5, Coach Randy Cassano; assistant Jason Jefferson; managers Trevor Haggerty, Nelson Murrier, and Julius James. The Oak Park Raiders. And coming onto the floor in a minute, we'll see the Westwood Warriors. Rob Smith, number 33. Todd Dan, a grade 10 student, 5'11", number 14. Number 20, Clint Biblow. Number 21, Chad McKay. 34, Sean Britton. Chris Tambakis, number 5. Paul Bryant, number 3, grade 10 student. Cam Iawalia, number 15, starting guard. Number 11, Rick Downey, 6-foot grade 12 student. Number 10, Derek Patton, grade 12, 6-footer. Number 4, Joey Vickery, 5'7", grade 11. And number 12, Murray Geeman at 6', 6-inch, grade 12. Coach Dave Gus, assistant George Rugg, managers Dave Gunther, Kevin Hollins, Darren Bebick, the Westwood Warriors.
As far as Westwood's concerned, as I said earlier, we got to watch at Joey Vickery and Murray Geeman. We're going to see a lot. Just prior to game time, we have the Right Honorable Lloyd Axworthy here with us, and what he is going to do is throw up a ceremonial jump ball. Lloyd Axworthy should be coming onto the floor. He's going to be coming onto the floor with our referees, Mr. Wes Krimble and Mr. Charlie Kurtz. And what we are going to have is we're going to have Mr. Axworthy right now go through the process of throwing up this ceremonial jump ball.
Honorable Lloyd Axworthy, the Minister of Transport in Canada, throwing this up between Murray Geeman and Dean Patter. See how Mr. Axworthy does as a referee. Little warp on that throw. He may not be the greatest thrower, but of course the Honorable Lloyd Axworthy getting this ceremony set underway, and we're set for the 1984 Provincial AAA Boys Basketball Championship. Wes Krimble is going to do a little bit of job of throwing this one up. He's going to get this championship underway, and there it is. Westwood Warriors gain control. Number 11, Rick Downey, pulls down that ball. Westwood's going to set up. How are they going to set up, and where are they going to attack, Coach May?
Oak Park is going to come out in a 2-3 zone. They've been playing 2-3 zone most of the time. What we've got to look is for Westwood to go over the top of it, just as they did there. And the shot's going to come up from number 4, Joey Vickery, but he's a little short. But a good recover by number 11, Rick Downey.
Rick Downey comes down with that tip ball that went off of the boards. Joey Vickery's first shot of the game does not go in. Number 4, Joey Vickery in control of the ball right now. The 5'7" grade 11 student fires the ball out to 11. Rick Downey, Cam Iawalia in the corner with the ball, gets it back to Downey. Downey sees Vickery. He's going to try it once again, and this time he makes no mistake. Joey Vickery for the first 2 points of the game.
Good job of ball movement there by the Westwood Warriors. After they score, we see that they come out in a 2-2-1 zone pressure. It's worked for them very well all year, and we're going to have to see how Oak Park handles that. Of course, out here at the field house, the floor is a little bit larger, and also just good steal there by number 4, Joey Vickery.
Quickness of Joey Vickery going down on John King. We got a foul. John King picking up his first personal foul, the team's first, and that's going to send number 4, Joey Vickery, to the line. We're going to take a look at that one on replay. The steal, a good play by Vickery as soon as these free throw shots, I think, have been taken.
What we're going to see here is number 21, John King, and 33, Joe Kostiniak. You can't do that. What we have is a lot of people. What's happened here with Oak Park with their start, they've started just the way that Vincent Massey did in the Daniel Mac Regional against Westwood, and that was to break the initial pressure and then to cough up the ball by just being rather lackadaisical and careless. With a guard the caliber of Joey Vickery, you can't do that or you're going to find yourself in trouble.
Joey Vickery sinks both from the line. He has 4 points. The Warriors have a 4-point lead. We've got a turnover on Oak Park.
That's a double dribble there by number 34, Dean Patzer. As we can see, every time that the Warriors score, they're going to come at you with that 2-2-1 pressure. And there's number 4, Joey Vickery. Once again, he single-handedly demolished the Vincent Massey Trojans in the regional in the first quarter and the first half with 21 points. And looks here now, we're going to get a foul, a very poor foul, a reaching foul by number 12, Murray Geeman. Murray can't get himself in foul trouble, otherwise Westwood's going to be out rather short in the middle because they don't necessarily have a ball player that can come off the bench that can do the damage that Murray Geeman can inside.
Murray Geeman, number 12, picks up his first personal foul. Team's first of this half. We played 1 minute and 20 seconds. Westwood's jumped out to a 6-point lead. The 33 in control of the ball, Joe Kostiniak. They fire that ball back around. 21 is John King. He steps inside, looked for the pass, tried to get it, and there's another foul. Number 4, I think Joey Vickery's going to pick up that foul. That'll be his first personal, the team's second of this half.
In terms of the Oak Park Raiders, they're sort of very hesitant in moving that ball around, and you can't against the zone. Not with the quickness of Cam Alawalia and Joey Vickery at the top. Get the ball inside to number 34, Dean Patzer. Dean is playing down low with Burton Cummings and 21, John King in the game. I'm rather surprised that Coach Cassano, just as he did last night, is not starting number 44, Chris Adam. And what he's doing, of course, is he's giving his other grade 12 player, Joey Kosteniuk, the first crack at starting lineup. But I'm sure it won't be too much longer before we see number 44, Chris Adam, in there to complement the inside work by number 34, Dean Patzer.
Dean Patzer from the line throughout this tournament. Dean Patzer has shot 100% from the free throw line. He has yet to miss a free throw in this tournament. He puts them both in from here. 6-2. Oak Park gets on the scoreboard.
After the Oak Park Raiders score, we are not going to see too much pressure. They are a good pressing team, but when you've got a guard with the ability of ball handling ability of Joey Vickery, they're not going to press that much against him, at least not until they have to later in the game.
Murray Gaiman pulls down that offensive board, goes up with it for 2 points. Murray Gaiman picks up his first 2 points. It's 8-2. The Westwood Warriors out in front, and you heard the Warriors band and the Warrior song. They lead 8-2. Number 32, Bert Cummings, across to Joe Kosteniuk. Kosteniuk 33, hits for 2 points.
It's a good job by Joey Kosteniuk. I know Joey's had himself a very rough year in terms of his shooting. We expected a lot more of him this season, and as we can see here, the good ball movement by the Raiders. A nice soft 12-foot job set by Joey, and what Coach Castano is going to hope, of course, is that they can have a lot more success at that in terms of the penetration of that zone for the 10 to 12-foot jump shot.
Down at the other end, Joe Kosteniuk picks up his first personal foul, the team's second of this half. 7 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in this first quarter. Murray Gaiman gets that ball down inside. He goes up over top. His shot won't fall, but he's fouled from behind. He's going to go to the line to shoot 2.
That's a very poor foul by Joe Kosteniuk reaching in, and Coach Castano is quick to react, and he brings in number 44, Chris Adam, who is going to help Dean Patzer down low in terms of warding off that big threat by number 12, Murray Gaiman.
Murray Gaiman at the line to shoot 2. He has 2 points on an earlier basket. 8-4. He could make it a 9-4 game. Didn't think that one was going to go in. He get a little body English and it fell down through the hoop. Murray Gaiman comes up a little short on that second shot. He now has 3 points. 5-point lead. Quickly coming back to the other end, number 10, Derek Patton, taking that ball away.
Good hustle back up the floor there by number 10, Derek Patton. However, I think he got away with a travel ball as he came into a little bit of a skidding stop in front of referee Charlie Kurtz.
Rick Downey's number 11 is shot from the outside, hits for 2 points. 11-4, 7-point lead for the Warriors. Oak Park can like to slow this play down a little bit, get some control in this game. 44, Chris Adam, who subbed in. There's another steal. Joey Vickery going down 3-on-1. Can take this in himself. Going up, throws it. It won't fall down. No call, and the ball's knocked out of bounds off Oak Park. Westwood gains control on the side.
What we're going to see, hopefully on that replay, is the fact that, just as we mentioned earlier, is the Oak Park Raiders, what we have here is on your screen, you can see Coach Castano has called a timeout. As we see here in our replay, good job here by Joey Vickery, takes it the hole. Excellent athletic move by number 34, Dean Patzer, to ward off that shot. But what Coach Castano is trying to tell his team here is they're not having too much of a problem breaking the initial pressure of Westwood. It's that time after the press, and they seem to let down a little bit mentally, and they start to lob the ball, and that's when Joey Vickery is at his best, as he's able to snare away a lot of these passes. And as we can see, the Oak Park Raiders have fallen victim now to 4 or 5 turnovers that are not directly related to the initial pressure that's been put on by the Westwood Warriors.
3 minutes, 15 seconds gone in this opening quarter. Westwood Warriors have jumped out to an 11-4 lead. 6 points from Joey Vickery, 3 from Murray Gaiman, and 2 from Rick Downey have combined for their 11 points. So at the other end, Joe Kosteniuk and Dean Patzer have both scored to give Oak Park their 4 points. 11-4, 7-point lead, and both teams coming back onto the floor. Westwood's going to gain control of the ball on the side.
Good timeout, as we mentioned earlier, called by Coach Castano. I'd like to take this opportunity to congratulate Coach Castano. I think he's done an excellent job this year, and the fact that he's gone and piloted the Oak Park Raiders here into this championship game is credit to his coaching and the work he's done over at Oak Park with the program there.
Murray Gaiman picking up that offensive rebound off the shot of Joe Vickery. 2 points. He now has 5 in the game. 13-4. Westwood out in front. Oak Park in control of the ball. Number 21, John King with it right now. Look for Bert Cummings to do a lot of scoring. That shot's going to come off. Cam Iawali is going to come down with that rebound.
The Oak Park Raiders are hurting right now. In terms of their defense, they're having a little bit of a problem. Their zone isn't working hard enough to stop the outside threat of Vickery and Iawali. And when they do overplay, they're really getting hurt inside by number 12, Murray Guillaume.
Murray Guillemon's inside for 2 baskets right now, playing very tough. And if he plays tough throughout the game, his offensive boards, a lot of trouble as Rick Downey picks up his second basket. He now has 4 points. Bert Cummings trying to force his way through, and there's a foul on number 15, Cam Iawalia. His first personal foul, the team's 4th of this half.
It's a good job there by number 32, Burton Cummings. Burton's a very experienced ball player. He doesn't panic against the press, and what he did was just simply to hold the ball and to size up the situation. As far as Oak Park's concerned, they got to score a couple of good buckets here, get themselves back into this game, or it can be over very early here, down 11.
Chris Adams, short shot won't go. Dean Patzer off the glass for 2 points.
Good job by Oak Park. That's what they got to do. They got to bring this ball down. Hopefully we're going to get a look at this in the replay. We can see the work that's being done here by Westwood. Shot from the corner by Rick Downey's a little bit short. And rebound to go. No, it looks like we're going to get a foul here. Here on our replay, we can see the good entry pass into 44, Chris Adam. And that's exactly what Oak Park's got to do, is they've got to come down and set up. And they've got to get that ball either to Adam or Patzer and try and work one-on-one in the zone against number 12, Murray Guillaume.
Foul there in that last one. Bert Cummings quickly up. Joe Kosteniak back into the game. Short jump shot won't fall. Fighting for the rebound. Cam Iawalia picks it up for her, and he moves out of bounds. Oh, his ball was knocked out by Bert Cummings.
Good hustle there by number 32, Bert Cummings. Nice check, but unfortunately, if you're an Oak Park Raider fan, the ball is turned back over to the Warriors.
Rick Downey picked up that foul at the other end. Murray Guillaume forcing his way up. 2 points. He now has 7 points in the game. The leading scorer. Guillemin doing an impressive job inside, and sometimes he tends to be a little lax inside and doesn't get as forceful as Coach Gus would like him, but I think he's come to play today.
Good job by Murray Guillaume. What we've seen is we've seen Westwood play a number of times this year, and you on VPW, of course, have been treated to a number of Westwood games, and in every one of those games, Murray has either come to play either just offensively or defensively, or either just the first half or the second half. And if Murray can put his game together, I don't think that the Oakwood Raiders are going to be very successful.
Shot from the outside, number 11. Rick Downey hitting for 2 points. We've got a blocking foul. Foul on number 5, Ken Kowalski. His first personal foul, the team's 4th of this half. And a lot of noise here in the University of Manitoba's Bison East Gym as we bring you the 1984 Provincial AAA Basketball Championships here on VPW Channel 13 Sports. Blair Duguay along with Laurie May, and the ball bounced up on the floor. Picking it up is number 4, Joy Vickery, but he was out of bounds with it. Oak Park has control on the side, trailing by 13 points.
Good penetration there by Joey Vickery with the entry dribble. As we said before, the Oak Park zone doesn't seem to be working hard enough. And if they're not going to stop that penetration, they're going to be in for an awfully long evening here. What they've got to do is they've got to get that zone working. They've got to start moving their feet. They've got to get their hands up, and they've got to challenge these Westwood scorers.
Shot from the outside by Patzer. He didn't follow in his own shot. Number 10, Derek Patton, was the only one waiting there, and he pulled down that defensive board. Quickly, Joey Vickery moves inside, jumps up, throws that one. It rolls around and won't fall. Patzer pulls that one down, looks down court, decides to hold on to it.
Once again, we see the damage that can be done by Joey Vickery as on the entry dribble. He has no one bother him at all. Good job by Ken Kowalski as he finally, for the first time, that's about the 5th or 6th time that Kent's been in range to be able to do some trouble, and he hasn't looked at the hole. There he finally interned and did, and took the ball to the hoop.
Shot from the outside, Cam Iawalia. It won't go down, and Deep Patser's there again. We'll look for Cummings to get that ball too. Next whistle, we're going to see 3 subs come in for the Westwood Warriors. And talking about Westwood, they've got 3 different grade 10s on this team, and we're going to see one of them, a fine shooter, number 14, Todd Dan.
What we have here for Coach Gus, he's got 3 grade 10s on that team of his. He calls them his kitty corner, and so far that kitty corner has done very well for him this year. They've really produced, and they're going to be some ball players of the future. The best one, in my estimation, being number 14, Todd Dan.
Basket by Ken Kowalski, and a nice pass. We're going to have a chance to look at that one on replay. Fine pass from Kosteniak.
Here on our replay, we see Joey Kosteniak, the fine pass after he makes that penetration against the zone. Back down at the other end, we've got Number 11, Rick Downey, comes back and answers for the Westwood Warriors.
Downey now has 8 points on 4 buckets, 21-10, 11-point lead for the Warriors. Kostiniak down the other end. He holds on that ball. They're going to slow down, set things up. Oak Park likes to be very slow with their procedures. Dean Patzer from the outside. Shot won't go. Chris Adams fighting for the rebound. We're going to have a jump ball, 44. Chris Adams, 6'4" grade 12 student, along with number 10, Derek Patton, and here comes the subs into the game.
Number 34, Dean Patzer, has not had much success from the outside. I'd like to see Coach Cassano move him back to the inside, and hopefully, as I said before, what we can see here is a nice jumper that's been put up by Dean. Chris Adams coming on the good, strong board and ties it up for the jump ball.
Ball's batted away. Ball's batted away, and Todd Dan, the grade 10 student we talked about a little earlier, 5'11" guard, comes away with that one. He gets it back to Joey Vickery. Joey Vickery, the smallest man in the court, at 5'7". That may be stretching things a little bit. Joey Vickery in control of the ball right now, but he can shoot and move well. He charges inside. A blocking foul, I think, is going to be picked up there down in the corner. Number 5, Kent Kowalski, is going to pick up that blocking foul. It's his second personal foul, the team's 5th of this half.
Once again, an excellent job of penetration by number 4, Joey Vickery, and we have a resulting foul by number 5, Kent Kowalski.
Joey Vickery down in the corner. Number 4, Joey Vickery with the ball right now. 33 into the game. Rob Smith has control. Looked inside. There was nobody there, but he knocked it away, and I think he's going to pick up that foul. Number 33, Rob Smith picking up his
that
first.
That foul's going to go on number 33, Robbie Smith, and is a direct result of the excellent defensive play by number 5, Ken Kowalski, as he came around and fronted Murray Gieman and knocked that pass away from him.
Robbie Smith picking up his first, the team's 6th of this half. 33, Joe Kostiniak gets it back to 32. Cummings tried to fire it up court, and Smith's hands were there to knock that one out of bounds.
What Oak Park has managed to do so far is to stem that tide of the Westwood Warriors. There hasn't been much scoring here in the last minute and a half or so, and as a result, they find themselves only down 11, whereas it looked at the beginning of the game that they would be buried by a lot more than that.
32, Bert Cummings control the ball. Kostiniak open on the corner. He takes that jump shot. It won't go, but Cummings, good hustle to get over there. And has to save that ball. Gets it back to Patzer. Minute and 20 seconds now remaining in this first quarter. Oak Park doing a few more things right now. Bert Cummings steps inside. Nice move. 2 points. Bert Cummings' first 2 points of the game, and I think Oak Park's going to rely on him to score quite a bit.
Good job of penetration by number 32, Burton Cummings. Hopefully we're going to get another look at that. What we have is Coach Cassano's got Dean Patzer out at the top. The nice pass, the nice entry by Burton Cummings. As we said before, he's one of the quickest guards. And we got finally a turnover against Westwood.
Bobby Smith, 33, throwing that ball to Vickery. Figured Vickery was 6'7" and not 5'7" as he chucked that one well over his head. Out of bounds, 21-12. 9-point lead. Oak Park has a chance to move it to within 7 if they can get a bucket here. 50 seconds now remaining in this opening quarter. 3-2 Cummings steps inside, gets the ball back out. Patzer in the corner.
Right now, I think with 40 seconds left, by the way Oak Park set up, they're going to go for a last shot here and hopefully come out of this quarter down only 7 points.
That'll be quite an advantage for Oak Park as they started off very slowly and let Westwood move by 13. Joe Kostiniak with 25 seconds takes that shot. It won't fall. Good position by Chris Adams. Forces that one inside for 2 points. First 2 points of the game for Chris Adams. 15 seconds now remain in the quarter. Ball down in the corner. Shot from the outside. Todd Dan for 2 points. And that young man can sure shoot from the outside.
There's the shooter of the grade 10s, the kitty corner, Todd Dan, as he brings it up from the baseline. He can certainly shoot, and he's going to be a player of the future for Westwood.
After 1 quarter of play, the score, the Westwood Warriors 23, the Oak Park Raiders 14. Strong quarter by the Warriors.
Strong quarter by the Westwood Warriors. What they did was to get off to a very quick start. They knew, of course, what Oak Park was going to come at them with, and that was that 2-3 zone. The good ball movement inside really hurt Oak Park early. We had some good defensive play by number 4, Joey Vickery, and the combination of both that outside shooting and that good inside play of Murray Gieman, and of course that intangible factor, Joey Vickery, has put Westwood up 9 points at the end of the quarter. What I'd like to see Coach Cassano do perhaps is get Dean Patzer back down on the baseline and have Patzer and Adam go at Murray Gieman one-on-one. Adam's been successful the last couple times down the floor, and hopefully we'll see a little bit more of that from Oak Park.
Just saw on your screen a fine performance by the Westwood cheerleaders, and then we take a look at the Oak Park Raiders cheerleaders. Fine group of cheerleaders, fine group of supporters here in the stands at the University of Manitoba's Bison East Gym as we get set for second quarter action. 9-point lead for the Warriors. They're out on the floor first, and here come the Raiders. Instructions from Coach Randy Crisano, I'm sure, to get themselves back into this game in the second quarter. Talked about what things they can do. Dean Patzer, Murray Geeman are going to jump once again to start the second quarter. Ball's tipped around. Kent Kowalski comes down with it, and he travels the ball on a little bit of a push. No call.
Well, there we got number 5, Kent Kowalski's call for the travel ball. It was a direct result of the hit by Rob Schmidt, number 33. And we can see that Kent was a little upset by the call of referee Charlie Kurtz.
Rob Schmidt with control of the ball right now, firing down the corner. Todd Dan, I mentioned before, a young man, grade 10 student only, but a fine shooter. Trying to force that ball through once again. The quickness of Joey Vickery saves it for the Warriors. 2-3 zone defense being put on right now by Oak Park. Shot from the outside, and Murray Geeman there once again to tip that one back in. And he's being a force to be reckoned with down on the offensive end of the court.
Excellent offensive rebound there by number 12, Murray Geeman. As we said earlier, Blair, if Murray comes to play, we could have a real problem if we're an Oak Park Raider.
Murray Geeman doing a fine job here for the Westwood Warriors through the first 11 minutes of this game. His team up in front by a score of 25-14. Oak Park's Dean Patzer in control of the ball right now. Cummings gets the ball. Kosteniuk takes that jumper from the outside. 2 points.
Good shot by number 33, Joey Kosteniuk. Joey needed that. It's going to build his confidence up. What Oak Park's got to do now, they got to get their zone moving a little bit. They got to get their hands up, challenge those outside shots from the Westwood Warriors, and play some good, strong defense here. Save a couple baskets.
Joey Vickery, the ball down in the corner. Bert Cummings guarding him very closely. Cummings staying right on top of Vickery, not going to let him do too much. You give him an inch, and he'll fire one up, and here he goes. It won't go, and fighting for his own rebound. He gets a tip on it, gets it back this time. He's going to try it once again. Drives through. Nice pass down inside. Westwood is getting the bounce so far in this game. 12 minutes played right now. Westwood's getting all of the free balls. 33, Robbie Smith control the ball right now. Steps inside, throws that one up, it won't go. And Patzer's there. Steniak breaking down, but he can't get a ball to him. He's fired around as Westwood puts on more pressure in the backcourt.
Good job by Oak Park Raiders there in saving two, and as we said before, now they come down here. What they've got to do is work for a good shot, try and get that ball inside 44 Chris Adams.
Foul on number 5, Ken Kowalski going over top. That's his third personal foul, team's 6th this half.
What we've got to do down here at the defensive end is Dean Patzer has come down with a couple of real good rebounds. What Dean's got to do, he's got to start to look down the floor because what we have is number 33, Joey Kosteniuk, has broken clear up the floor on 3 separate occasions, and unfortunately for Oak Park, Dean hasn't been able to see him and hit him with that long up-court pass.
Number 5, Ken Kowalski picking up his third personal. He's replaced by number 24, Brian Hunter. Coach Crisano has a nickname for 24, Brian Hunter, does he not, Coach May?
Number 24 for Oak Park, Brian Hunter is called a junkyard dog here. He comes in and does just about everything for Oak Park. He's been in a starter for most of the year because he's been playing so well that it's hard for Randy to get him out of there.
Number 33, Joe Kosteniuk, picking up his third personal foul. That puts 2 of the Oak Park Raiders in early foul trouble, and that's going to send number 11, Rick Downey, to the line to shoot the bonus. Pardon me, that looks like number 21, Chad McKay. Should have those glasses I used the other night. I could see a little better. Chad McKay, shot won't go.
Excellent offensive rebound by number 33, Rob Schmidt. Rob being a grade 12 student, he knows what to do with that ball. He took it up real strong for kissed it off the glass for an easy 2 points for Westwood.
Dean Patzer has that ball out of the top of the key. Bert Cummings. Cummings looking inside, trying to get the ball to either Chris Adam. Fires it across. Kosteniuk's open. He's not going to pull the trigger on that one, though. Patzer steps inside. Little short jumper off the glass. 2 points.
It's a good job by Dean. What Oak Park's going to have to do, if they want to leave Dean Patzer out of the top, they're going to have to rotate that ball a lot more quickly and try and get that ball out to Dean where he can probably go at Joey Vickery because of his small size.
33, Joe Kosteniuk pulling down that offensive board. Cummings once again with that flip pass to Patzer, and he brings it across, and they slow the play down once again. Oak Park likes to play that slow type of game, set up that deliberate offense. The ball to get inside 24, Brian Hunter couple of subs going to come back in for Westwood. Downey and Iawali are going to come back into the game. 6 minutes, 15 seconds left. 27-18, 27-20 right now. Kostiniak hits for his 8th point of the game.
Park. It's nice to see him exercising some patience. Coach Gus is going to call a timeout right now, and as you can see, Joey Kostiniak coming off the floor. What we're going to see here is some nice ball movement between Cummins and Hunter. Round to Patzer. Patzer's going to put the move here on Vickery and dish the ball out to Joey Kostiniak from the baseline. And that's about 3 or 4 that Joey's hit. And as we said before, earlier this year we expected a lot more out of Joey. And if he saved it all for this final game, I'm sure that Coach Casano won't mind.
Joe Kostiniak hit his 3rd basket from the outside. He has 6 points. He and Dean Patzer are leading scorers for Oak Park in the first half, 6 apiece. For the Westwood Warriors, Murray Geeman has 9, Rick Downey 8, Joey Vickery with 6. Todd Dan's on the other one to get on the scoreboard. He has 1 basket. So with 6 minutes, 8 seconds remaining in this first half, the score, the Westwood Warriors 27, the Oak Park Raiders 20. Remind you, it's Blair Dugray and Lori May, and we're bringing you the best in high school basketball here on BPW Channel 13 Sports. Referees in the game, as you see the score on your screen, are Wes Krimble and Charlie Kurtz. Both the two of them have fairly similar statistics. They're both 39 years of age, been refereeing for 11 years. Their 3rd final that they'll be in. One of them, Mr. Krimble, is a phys ed teacher at Morris Place Junior High. Charlie is a vice principal at Bernie Wolf. Charlie attended high school at Elmwood, and Wes was at Daniel Mack. Right now, back to action, under 6 minutes remaining. Big 6'6" Murray Geeman in control of the ball. Gets it out to Vickery in the corner, and those two are the big guns for the Westwood Warriors. Coach Gus likes to see them get that ball because when they get it, things happen. Geeman's shot, throws that one up for 2 points. He's hitting from inside and out.
Good ball movement there by the Westwood Warriors, and what we see, of course, is big number 12, Murray Geeman, take that ball to the hole. An apparent steal, and it is a steal by number 4, Joey Vickery. As we said before, Joey's the equalizer here. He's one of those intangible factors.
Joey Vickery in control of the ball, gets it out to Downey. Cam Iawali in the corner, shot from the outside. It rolls but won't go. Cummings fighting for that one. Tips it to Patzer. And quickly they come up court, but looks like it's going to go out of bounds. Brian Hunter chasing it. He couldn't catch up with it. Oak Park turns the ball over once again.
As we can see, what's happened for Oak Park is they've been unable to convert the last 2 times down the floor. That lead is now ballooned back to 9 for Westwood. As Murray Geeman starts to show us that on his last 2 attempts, he can do a little bit of outside work, just as Vickery and Iawali can.
Murray Geeman hits for basket from point number 13. He averages 14 points a game. He's got 13 already, and we've only played 14 and a half minutes, so I think he's going to be well on his way to going above that average tonight. A turnover by Oak Park. 11-point lead for the Warriors. They've got control once again. A little 5'7" guard, Joey Vickery. Control of it. Ball's almost lost. Murray Geeman once again fighting. Vickery's able to hold on to it. Now Iawali steps inside. Nice pass out to Downey. Downey doesn't pull the trigger, and Bert Cummings on a steal. And this man can fly and jump, and he goes in. Goes in. It won't go down for him, though. Oh, and he picked that one up as he tried to get that ball back.
Unfortunate turn of events for number 32, Burton Cummings. Burton's come down and thrown the ball away the last couple times. And right now, as you can see on your screen, that young man is the picture of frustration. What he did was, as we can see here on the replay, fill that passing lane, steal the ball, he takes it to the hole, and he's looking probably for a 3-point play. Instead, as he turns away, he misses the layup and comes back to try and pick it up and simply fouls. And that puts Westwood to the line to shoot the bonus. Number 33, Rob Smith.
Rob Smith at the line right now to shoot bonus. He can't get it to drop, but Westwood comes away with the rebound. Cam Iawali from the outside. 2 points. Iawali picking up his first basket of the game. It's now 33-20. 13-point lead once again for Westwood.
Last few times down the floor have been rather unfortunate for the Oak Park Raiders. They're now looking at a 13-point deficit, whereas before we were looking at only a 7-point. Coach Casano is going to call a timeout here with 4 minutes left in the first half. He sees that 13-point deficit staring the Oak Park Raiders in the face, and he doesn't want that, of course, to balloon any larger than it is right now. And in this timeout, what he's going to do is he's going to try and attack that 2-3 zone of the Westwood Warriors a little differently than they have thus far in the first half of this game.
Well, there's exactly 4 minutes remaining in this first half, and Westwood is out in front, 33-20. Talk about the Westwood Warriors. They've been ranked number 1 throughout the year in high school basketball. They come into this game with that number 1 ranking. The provincial finalists 5 different times. The champions in 1969 and 82. During the year, they finished 3rd in the Fort Garry tournament. They were the winners of the Bobcat Classic in Brandon, the John Taylor Classic, the Daniel Mack Classic, and the Festival de Voyageur tournament. Finished in 3rd place in the Western Canadian Classic in Kelowna, which featured many teams. And of course, they were led by 6'6" Murray Gieman and 5'7" Joey Vickery, who averaged 14 and 15 points respectively. Murray Gieman, of course, is their top rebounder, averaging 12 rebounds per game. The Westwood Warriors and Gieman are up by 13 points with 4 minutes remaining. Ball goes out of bounds off of Vickery, so Westwood, Oak Park once again will have control on the side.
With just under 4 minutes left here in the first half, we're going to see how Oak Park is going to attack this zone. And we got a shot put up there by number 33, Joey Kostinik. I'm sure that's not what Coach Casano outlined. And here we have another shot put up by Dean Patzer. Good rebound by Brian Hunter. And what we have is a resulting turnover by Oak Park.
Brian Hunter losing control down inside, but right at the other end, Westwood Warriors throw that ball away. The play's getting very quick, and I think Coach Casano would like the Oak Park team to slow it down just a little bit. A little more patience being shown here by the Oak Park Raiders team. Dean Patzer in control of the ball right now. Brian Hunter steps inside, throws that one up, won't fall. And Chris Adam fighting for the rebound. He can't get it because Murray Gieman's there to block out there past the Vickery, and he comes up court. Joey Vickery shot from the outside, 2 points. Vickery now with 8 points in the game.
Joey Vickery, as we said before, Mr. Everything as far as Westwood Warriors are concerned. Right now in control of his game once again, and he's going to be a leading factor in the outcome of this game. As long as Joey stays out of foul trouble, we can spell some real trouble for the Oak Park Raiders.
Joey Vickery got his hand on Brian Hunter to pull that ball away. Good job there. Good hustle by number 4. Vickery is in control of the ball right now. Once again, Oak Park staying in that 2-3 zone defense. Joey Vickery, nice move, takes that shot. Rims, it won't fall. Robbie Spitz there for the rebound. Chris Adam deflects that one and pulls it down.
Excellent defense there by number 44, Chris Adam. What we can see is Chris working really hard at the defensive end of the floor. Offensively, he's working hard too, but he's not getting the ball. Oak Park's got to give Chris Adam the ball.
May talked about it. Dean Patzer in control. They're going to try to get to Chris Adam. Brian Hunter once again steps inside. Joey Vickery's quick hands are there once again, and we've got a jump ball situation. Number 4 for Westwood, Joey Vickery, and 24 Oak Park. Brian Hunter are going to jump this one up.
An excellent example of the quickness of number 4, Joey Vickery. If you get inside the paint, you don't have time to put the ball down on the floor. Brian Hunter made one of the cardinal sins there in putting the ball down on the floor, and that allowed Joey Vickery the chance to get in there and cause the jump ball.
Westwood gains control of that jump ball. Downey took the ball away, gives it back to Vickery. Vickery now throws it inside. Good job by 24 Brian Hunter to cut that one off. Less than 2 minutes now remaining in this first half. 15-point lead for the Warriors. Oak Park's going to try to cut it that within 13. They can get a bucket at this time. Inside, Brian Hunter steps inside. Took a little extra step, and we got a basket and a foul. We got away with a step. Called for a foul, and you got a chance to complete a 3-point play.
Hopefully we can get a look at this one on replay, and what we're going to see is the excellent passing ability of number 34, Dean Patzer. What we see right now is Dean with the ball at the top of the zone, and we're going to see the good entry pass here to the junkyard dog for Oak Park, and as he takes it up against big Murray Guillam, he's able to complete the basket, go for the 3-point play. Brian Hunter doesn't complete the 3-point play, but a rebound. One first to Dean Patzer, then to number 44, Chris Adam. There's 2 points. That's a 4-point turnover for Oak Park, and now they only trail by 11. Now Maiawalia from the outside, his shot won't go. Murray Gieman's there, and he was fouled as he went up with that one. 24, Brian Hunter picking up that foul. That's his first, the team's 9th of this half. That's going to put Gieman at the line to shoot 2. Good offensive rebounding position by number 12, Murray Gieman. And the last exchange of play there is down under the Westwood hoop on the missed shot by Brian Hunter. We saw the powerful rebounding strength of Oak Park when they play both Dean Patzer and Chris Adams down low. Maybe we're going to see Coach Casano go to that in the second half and take Dean from the top and put him down on the baseline.
Murray Geeman sinking both from the line. He has 15 points in the game. 37-24, 13-point lead for the Warriors. Minute and 20 now remaining in this first half. Chris Adam almost walked to that ball. He was able to control it. Gets it back, and Dean Patz is going to set up the offense once again. Inside the 44, Adam pushing Geeman back. 2 points.
That's exactly what Oak Park's got to do. Get number 44, Chris Adam, the ball. He's very, very physical in there, and just that physical dimension of Chris might be enough to knock Murray Geeman out of the game. And as you see here on the replay, it's really tough down there. Chris gives Murray a pretty good shot, and what's going to happen is that could really change that game around. And what Oak Park's got to do, you got to start taking advantage of the inside play at 44, Chris Adam.
Trying to get that ball inside. Bert Cummings shot from the outside, throws it up, it won't go. Adams there to deflect that one, and Oak Park gets it back once again. Bert Cummings, though, loses control on that pass. Joey Vickery comes away with it, and the Westwood Warriors, with 30 seconds remaining in this first half, are going to play for one shot. They're leading by 11. They can go up 13 with a bucket here. We move inside 25 seconds now remaining. Oak Park trailing is going to have to come out and pressure that ball. They do it at that point. Chris Adams steps over top of Geeman and picks up the foul. That's only his first personal.
Good job by the Westwood Warriors. Good call here, of course, by Coach Gus with 37 seconds left in the game. He calls for the one shot. Good ball movement at the top, and what we have is a foolish foul picked up by number 44, Chris Adams. What you've got to be in that situation is darn sure you're going to get the ball. Let Westwood go for that last shot. There's no need to pick up a foolish foul.
At the line, number 12, Murray Geeman. 2 from 2. He comes up a little short on that shot. Nothing there. Quickly, Oak Park's got a chance now to move within 9 if they can get a bucket here before the half. 10 seconds now remaining. Bert Cummings back to Patzer.
You better see the work here by 34, Dean Patzer. I'm pretty sure Dean's going to take the last shot. No, he puts on the baseline to Joey Kosteniak. The good rebound by 44, Chris Adams again. Excellent job by Chris Adams, and he's been fouled. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Chris Adams, just at the buzzer, put that one up. He was fouled, so he goes to the line to shoot 2. Number 12, Murray Geeman picking up that foul. That's his second personal foul. We're going to take a look at that one on replay as number 44, Chris Adams, is going to go to the line to shoot 2.
See here, number 44, Chris Adams on our screen. Chris is a transfer from Fort Richmond that has added quite a dimension to this Oak Park team. He has really improved over his play of last year and has become one of the better inside players. As he goes to the line to make this one, he's going to cut this to a 9-point deficit. No, we're going to end up with a halftime score of 37-27 in favor of the Westwood Warriors.
Oak Park can't be dissatisfied with that score. They trailed by as many as 15. A couple times they were down by 15 points. They've managed to bring it back down to 10. Second half could be a different story for the Oak Park Raiders. They do some different things. What kind of things do you think they might try to come out and do in that second half?
Well, as far as Westwood's concerned, Blair, I'm sure Coach Gus is pretty happy with what they've done. They've moved the ball around very well, and they've scored 37 points. Defense have been fairly well. They've held them, Oak Park, down to 27. Now, if you're Oak Park, as I mentioned earlier, I'd like to see Coach Casano take Dean Patzer from the top of the key and move him down, and let's go with a double post system with 44 Chris Adams on one side and 34 Dean Patzer on the other, and put Burton Cummings at the top to rotate that ball, and I think they can hurt the Warriors.
Well, we'll see what's going to happen. There's still 20 minutes of basketball remaining for both of these teams, and one of them is going to be the 1984 Provincial AAA basketball champion team. We'll wait to see who that's going to be. Stay tuned and come back and join us for more exciting high school boys basketball action from the University of Manitoba's Bison East Gym.
In Winnipeg, this is VPW Channel 13, west of the Red River.
Welcome back to the University of Manitoba's Bison East Gym. The championship game here between the Westwood Warriors and the Oak Park Raiders. Westwood leads 37-27. This is Blair Duguay along with Laurie May. Laurie May, how can the Oak Park Raiders get themselves back in this game and become the Provincial AAA basketball champions if they're going to do so?
I think what Oak Park has to do is defensively, they're going to have to get that 2-3 zone of theirs to work a little bit harder. they're going to have to get their hands up, and they're going to have to challenge some of the shooters here from Westwood, and also by some movement, some good zone movement, cut off that play inside. Offensively, I said earlier, I'd like to see them take number 34, Dean Patzer, and put him down in the blocks along with 44, Chris Adams, and run a 3-2 offense and hopefully take it to them. Here we have their first control of the game, and there we got a good offensive board by number 44, Chris Adams, and a foul on number 12, Murray Gieman.
Murray Gieman picking up his second foul of the game, the team's first of the half. That's going to send number 44, Chris Adams, to the line. Dean Patzer took that ball to the hoop. Shot went a little hard. It's going to send 44, Chris Adams, to the line. He scored 7 points in that first half. He's got number 8 with a basket there. He's going to look for number 9. It's going to pull his team within 8 points if he can score the second one here.
Number 44, Chris Adams, a player that hasn't been mentioned too much this season. He's really improved, and as a transfer that came over from Fort Richmond, he's really added some depth to this Oak Park Raider team.
Oak Park seemed to be peaking at the right time. They came into this tournament with a record of 17-17, and in this tournament they've been the upset people. They've upset Fort Richmond and Selkirk, and now they're going to try to do the same here as we got a foul down underneath.
That foul's going to go on number 5, Ken Kowalski. Just a matter of some good ball movement by the Westwood Warriors. That should be Ken's fourth personal foul, and if Coach Castano gets him out of here, he'll probably replace him with Brian Hunter.
Rick Downey at the line to shoot 2. He makes the first one. Downey had 8 points in that first half. He's got point number 9. He's looking for 10 if he can sink this one here. He now has 10 points, 39-29, 10-point lead once again for the Warriors. In that first half, Oak Park shot a dismal 38% from the floor, while Westwood at the other end shot 57%, and that's one of the reasons why they came away with that 10-point lead. Oak Park looking to change things around here. Patzer now on the outside, puts that one up, it's a little long. Only one waiting for that one was number 10, Garrick Patton, who picked up 3 personals in that first half. He's the only one from Westwood that's in foul trouble. Number 11, Rick Downey, shot from the outside, won't go, and Chris Adams there to pull down that defensive board. Oak Park had 6 defensive boards in the first half, 7 offensive. At the other end, Westwood had 8 defensive boards and 12 offensive rebounds, with Murray Gieman pulling down 5 of those offensive boards. Nice pass inside, Chris Adams, 2 points.
Good feed by number 33, Joey Kostiniak, coming off the baseline. Probably going to get a look at this on our replay. You're going to see the good penetration by number 33, Joey Kostiniak. Here he comes, good penetration along the baseline. Nice dish off to Chris Adams. Good strong left hand.
Down at the other end, Cam Iawalia, number 15, put one in from the baseline about 20 feet away. 2 points, 41-31, still a 10-point lead. Iawalia now with 4 points in the game. Turnover, Westwood's going to quickly come up court. Joey Vickery, number 4, gets that ball. He brings it across the midcourt line. 8 minutes, 20 seconds now remaining in this third quarter. Vickery off to Downey. Downey steps inside. Cam Iwali, who hit one from there just a minute ago, brings it back out now. Rick Downey drives baseline, and Kowalski looked like Ken Kowalski got his foot in there, but referee Kurt said it was the paint that he tripped over. No call. It sent number 11 down and out of bounds. Number 24, Brian Hunter, is coming in the game to replace Kowalski, who leaves with 4 personal fouls and 4 points.
Coach Cusano has come back with Brian Hunter to replace Ken Kowalski. As we said before, Brian works very, very hard, and Oak Park's certainly not going to lose anything with the addition of Brian Hunter into the game.
32, Bert Cummings in control of the ball right now. Cummings, a grade 12 student, 5'9". Quite a leaper, though. They get to Patzer. Patzer steps inside. Nice move on Gieman. 2 points.
Good job there by number 34, Dean Patzer, in terms of the offensive move inside. That's why I'd like to see Dean and Chris both play down a little bit lower, because I think that Oak Park could really hurt Westwood down low. Get a look on the replay. I've seen a beautiful move by Dean Patzer. The good stutter step, and it takes it to the hole.
Rick Downey scored a basket down at the other end to give him 12 points, and Joey Vickery picks up a foul. That's Joey Vickery's second personal foul, the team's second in this half. Ten-point lead still when we've played 2 minutes 30 seconds in this first half. This third quarter. Dean Patzer steps inside, get back out to Bert Cummings. Got Patzer down on that baseline now. Fires it across. Kosteniuk all by himself. Nice move inside. Even there on the block shot. And we got another foul down underneath. Joey Vickery picking up his second straight foul. His third and the team's third this half.
Excellent block there by number 12, Murray Guillaume. I don't know if we're going to be able to get a shot at this on replay or not, but Murray moves up really good. Just as I say it here, we're going to see the pass. Joey Kosteniuk going to take it to the hoop. Look at the block by number 12, Murray Guillaume, nice and clean. And in the ensuing play, number 4, Joey Vickery commits another foul.
Chris Adam losing control on the offensive end. Turnover. We had 4 turnovers for Oak Park in the first half. Another one here. Westwood only turned the ball over twice. Advantage going to them. Chad McKay, number 21 in the game, feeds it off to Iwalia. His shot's deflected. Chris Adams comes down with that rebound. Chris Adams now driving up, brings it across the midcourt line, takes it and holds on to it. He's going to set things up. Still 10-point lead as Dean Patzer steps inside, tries to pass that one off, and there's a foul. Looks like there may be an injury down there. Number 11, or pardon me, 21, Chad McKay picking up that foul. Hurt his knee on that play. That's his first personal, the team's 4th of this half.
What we've got here is we've got Rick Downey and number 14, Todd Dan, coming back into the game for Westwood. Coach Gus isn't happy with the fact that his 2-3 zone's getting a little bit lackadaisical, and Oak Park is scoring a little bit easier than he wants them to.
32, Cummings trying to get that ball inside. They do. Dean Patzer now steps in with it. Nice move off the glass, 2 points. Patzer's come to play in this second half.
Good job by Dean Patzer. What we've got is Coach Cusano starting to move both those players inside a little bit more, and I think he's going to be very successful with that. Now we can get them working a little harder on defense. Good steal by number 33, Joey Kosteniuk. He's going to take it to the hole and score.
Joey Kosteniuk, 2 points. He now has 8 in the game, and going to have a timeout by the Westwood Warriors as the Oak Park Raiders are on a roll. A nice steal by number 33, Joe Kosteniuk, and we get a chance to see that one on replay. That one's brought the team to within 6 points now. It's a new ball game with 6 minutes, 7 seconds remaining in this third quarter.
We're going to see the nice move here by Dean Patzer for 2. If we can roll this up, keep rolling the film here with a little bit enough, we're going to see Joey Kosteniuk fill this passing lane here. We got referee Crimble there on the screen. What we see is Joey Vickery in possession of the ball, and this is Joey's usually on the receiving end of that. That is to say, players usually become lackadaisical against him, and he fills the passing lanes and steals. But that time was number 33, Joey Kosteniuk. What we have is the Oak Park Raiders have been able to change the momentum in this game. We've got Dean Patzer working down low, and he's really starting to hurt that 2-3 zone of the Westwood Warriors. If Coach Cusano stays with this, I think he's going to be highly successful. Good timeout called by Coach Gus to reaffirm with the Westwood Warriors just what they want to do offensively and defensively.
Speaking with Coach Cusano last night, he said, last year we had a good team, said, but we peaked early. He said, this year we did some of those things later on in the season. We're starting to peak now, and it shows. The Oak Park Raiders are getting themselves back in this game. Under 6 minutes remaining. Number 14, Todd Dan gets back to 33. Rob Smith, Westwood Warriors trying to gain control once again. They were up by as many as 16 points. The ball's thrown away.
Good defensive work by number 24, Brian Hunter. What you've got to do if you're in the top of that 2-3 zone is you got to have the fast feet. You got to move them. You got to work out there, and that's exactly what he did, resulting in a turnover by number 33, Rob Schmidt.
A basket here could move the Oak Park Raiders to within 4 points. Joe Kosteniuk outside gives it back to Bert Cummings. 32, Bert Cummings. Dean Patzer now back out at the top. Cummings going to fire one up. It's deflected. Quickly, if they look up court, they've got Joey Vickery breaking. 33, Rob Smith decides to hold on to that one and make the sure thing. Gets it back to Vickery now. 5 minutes, 15 seconds remaining in this third quarter. Westwood Warriors in control of the ball. Oak Park putting on some pressure, though. Number 11, Downey driving inside. Off of the knee, 44, Chris Adams. Oak Park gains control underneath.
Good defensive positioning there by number 44, Chris Adams. What Burton Cummings got to do, and when he gets that ball, he's got to be a little bit patient, working inside to Adams and Patzer if he want to hurt Westwood.
Ray Gieman inside, steps inside, goes up. Chris Adams picks up that foul. A lot of booing there. It looked like he had all ball, but I think as he came over top from behind, he got part of the body.
Good block by number 44, Chris Adams. He definitely got all ball, but at the same time, a much better call by referee Charlie Kurtz as Chris Adams caught Murray Gieman with the body. That's going to put Murray at the line, and what Oak Park's got to do is they got themselves back into this game here by being patient and getting some good shots. There's no reason to go away from that game plan now.
Murray Geeman at the line, misses his first one from the line. He scored 15 points in that first half. He's yet to score here in the second half, and we played 4 minutes, 57 seconds. Got a chance right now to do so. He sinks the second one. He has 16 points now, and that puts his team up by 7. We move inside. 5 minutes remaining now here in this third quarter. Kosteniak can take that ball right to Geeman. Off the glass, it won't go, but Brian Hunter's there for the rebound. Geeman blocks that one. Murray Geeman, a fine blocker, and he gets up there to take that one away.
Joey Kosteniak there taking the ball right at Big Murray Geeman. Good follow by Brian Hunter.
And of course that ball inside, and it's knocked away. Todd Dan comes away with it, gives it back to Joey Vickery, and he's going to set up things for the Warriors. A little more noise coming from this near capacity crowd here at the University of Manitoba's Bison East Gym. Rick Downey, turnaround jumper over top of Adam, and there's Murray Geeman with the rebound. He's got another offensive board, and we've got a foul down underneath.
That foul looks like it's going to go against number 34, Dean Patzer. What we're looking at is a 7-point difference in this game now. Oak Park has gone down twice the offensive end of the floor, exercised very little patience, and come away with nothing when they had cut it to about a 4-point ball game. What they've got to do when they get that ball on the offensive end of the floor is exercise a little bit more patience and try and work the ball in low to Patzer and Adam.
Dean Patzer picking up his first personal foul, the team's third of this half. Quick cross-court pass. Joey Vickery's waiting for it. Throws that one up from the outside. It won't go. Patzer pulls down that defensive board. Brian Hunter's going to pick this one up now. He's going to hold on to it. Gives it back to Patzer. Patzer's going to bring it across the 10-second line. 3 minutes, 50 seconds now remaining. Cummings in control of the ball. Number 32. Get it inside. Kosteniak, that little fingertip roll. It won't go, but Brian Hunter's there. Fires off the glass. They're fighting underneath. Hunter managed to pull it back in, but waiting for it was Downey. Left the ball to Vickery, and here come the Warriors.
That's the fourth time now that the Oak Park Raiders have come down, and they haven't been able to connect. What we got to do is we need a good hoop here, and we might get one from Joey Kosteniak, but he loses the handle.
Well, Kosteniak, when going to the basket, lost control. Quickly, the Warriors come down the other way. Joey Vickery has the ball down in the corner, number 4, a little 5'7" guard, grade 11 student. He's been a tournament at the University of Brandon Bobcat. He's also been the most valuable player at the DMCI. Right now, he shakes that shot from the outside. It won't go. Fighting for the rebound, and Cummings comes away with it. 3 minutes now remaining in this third quarter.
Right now, things aren't going right for Oak Park or for... Good job by Chris Adams. That's the man who's got to get the basketball if Oak Park is going to win this game.
Chris Adams brings his team to within 5, 44-39, 5-point lead for the Warriors. Adam now has 13 points in the game. Vickery down in the corner, fires that ball. There's a shot from the outside. 2 points for 14. Todd Dan receiving that pass from Vickery and firing from 18 feet alongside the baseline. 46-39, 7-point lead.
What we have here is 7-point differential. Good job by number 32, Burton Cummings. Now, Oak Park, what you got to do is play some defense. Get that zone working. You got to work a little bit harder against the offense of Westwood Warriors.
Burt Cummings only picking up his second bucket here in this game. He has 4 points, and I think Oak Park will rely on him to have some more scoring down the clutch. Murray Geeman steps inside, short jumper, falls for 2 points. He has 18 in the game.
Once again, Oak Park, a little bit of a breakdown, and they allow that entry pass inside to Murray Geeman just a little bit too easy. Murray's not going to miss from 5 feet away.
32, Burt Cummings control the ball at top of the key. He's going to get that ball back once again. 1 minute and 35 now remaining. 7-point lead for the Warriors. Step inside. Brian Hunter steps off to Chris Adams. He drives in. 2 points. He has 15 in the game. He's leading the scorer for the Raiders.
That's number 44, Chris Adams again. He's got to be shooting 4 for 4 here in the third quarter. What they've got to do if they're Oak Park, they got to get Chris the ball, and they got to play some tighter defense down here. There's a turnover, and now we can see the Oak Park Raiders cut the lead to 3 points.
A bucket here. The Raiders can be trailing by 3. 70 seconds now remaining in this third quarter. Cummings to Kosteniak. Almost lost that ball, but Cummings is able to hold on to it. Oak Park team takes a look at the bench. I don't think they're going to play for one shot. They're going to try to get as many as they can here. There's a bad pass, and Rick Downey was there to take that one. He's going to drive down, rolls it, but it won't fall down. Rick Downey may be being a little too lackadaisical on that one.
Very poor pass by number 33, Joey Kosteniuk. With 40 seconds left and in possession of the ball, I think that Coach Cassano is going to give his team the sign to go for just one shot and hopefully come out of the third quarter only being down 3.
If there's a whistle, number 15, Cam Ahluwalia, is going to come back into the game. Right now, trailing by 5 points. Oak Park has 20 seconds left in this third quarter. They're going to try to cut it down to 3. They trailed by 10 at the half. They trailed by 9 points at the end of the first quarter, 10 at the half. They got a chance to move it in 3. 10 seconds now remaining. They'll start taking the ball towards that hoop. Put one up. Kosteniuk fires that one from way out. It won't go. Even comes down the rebound. 3 seconds. Rick Downey fires that one down court. It just misses. The end of 3 quarters of play. The Westwood Warriors 48, the Oak Park Raiders 43.
Well, after 3 quarters, what we have is we have the Oak Park Raiders cutting that 10-point deficit in half. They did a good job in terms of exercising some patience there and deciding with 42 seconds left to go for the last shot. However, a 22-foot jump shot by Joey Kosteniuk I don't think is what Coach Cassano wanted. With about 16 seconds left in the quarter, what they should have done is then go ahead and attack the 2-3 zone of Westwood and get the ball down to number 44, Chris Adams. If Oak Park's going to win this game, they've got to get their zone to work a little bit harder on defense, make the Westwood offense work a little bit harder for its points. And as far as Oak Park's offense is concerned, they got to get the ball to number 44, Chris Adams, down low. And if they're able to do those things, get the ball down to Patzer low as well, they're going to win this ball game.
Well, if we take a look at the scoring throughout the quarters, we'll see that slow start by the Oak Park Raiders, and they've been coming on ever since. In the first quarter, they were outscored 23-14. The second quarter, both teams scored 13 points. And in this fourth quarter, Oak Park outscored Westwood 16-11. If they can do the same thing in this fourth quarter, I'll tell you what, Coach May, in 2 years of covering BPW here, we've never had an overtime game. And if Oak Park can outscore Westwood by 5 in this half, we'll be tied up. We'll have our first overtime game ever. And maybe I'm setting a little bit of an omen there, but I wouldn't mind seeing overtime in a Provincial AAA final.
No, it certainly would be a nice way to end the basketball year, to see the top 2 teams that have made it throughout the playdowns here to the Provincial AAA championship game. The only thing is about overtime, as much as the fans love it, it's just a little bit too hard on the hearts of a lot of coaches.
Give you a few gray hairs for coaches?
You're a coach, you know that if you could take a look at the gray hairs, you can probably tell how many overtime games coaches have been in.
I think you've been in quite a few. Right now, Dean Patzer loses control. We've got a double dribble on the side. Turnover, 9 minutes, 50 seconds remaining, a 5-point lead. Oak Park had a chance to cut it to 3 there. That turnover is going to hurt them a little bit. Joey Vickery now being very casual as he walks up court. Cam Ahluwalia down in that corner. Oak Park continuing to stay in that 2-3 zone. Coach May, do you think they're going to stay in that for the rest of the game?
Coach Cassano's probably going to stay 2-3 as long as he can. They've been fairly successful. What they've got to do, however, is they've got to be able to move a little bit more and make Westwood work for the points they might get.
Rick Downey's shot won't go, but he gets his own rebound. Cam Ahluwalia picks that pass up from Downey. Hits for 2 points. 7-point lead once again for the Raiders. Ahluwalia now with 6 points in the game. Ryan Henner has that ball up by himself, but he takes it and stops with it, gives it back to Patzer. Get it inside. Chris Adams going up over top, throws that one, and it won't fall down. Ray Geeman pulls down the defensive boards.
That's the first one that number 44, Chris Adams, missed. I would have liked to seen him get the ball a little bit earlier on that sequence when Brian Hunter was looking at him. All he had to do was enter and get him the ball.
Rick Downey with 2. He now has 14 in the game. Once again, it's up to a 9-point lead. Oak Park had a chance to cut this one down to 3. They didn't do so. They had a turnover, and Westwood's come right back down and scored 2 baskets to make it a 9-point lead. Dean Patzer gets that deflection from Geeman, takes a shot from the outside. It won't go. They're fighting for the rebound. Chris Adams again throws it up. 2 points. Adam now with 17 points in the game.
That's good work by Chris Adams, number 44, at the offensive end of the floor. What we got to do in this 2-3 zone, you got to get Brian Hunter and Burton Cummings. Come on, you guys, you got to get your hands up. You got to work, move those feet.
Ray Geeman loses control down inside. Chance now for Oak Park to cut it to within 5.
Westwood just simply got away with a turnover there, but it could have been much worse. Number 12, Murray Geeman, definitely pushed off inside. However, wasn't picked up by referees Primble or Kurtz.
Dean Patzer back out of the top, gives the ball back to Bert Cummings. He fires it down the corner. 7 minutes, 45 seconds now remaining. Bert Cummings takes that jumper. It doesn't hit anything. Bad shot there by Cummings. Chad McKay coming back in the game for the Warriors. He replaces number 11, Rick Downey.
Burton Cummings and Joel Kusiniak, what they've got to do, these two gentlemen, is to exercise a little bit more patience. What they've got to do, in my estimation, is throughout their patience, move the ball and try and get that ball in low, either to Patzer or Adam, if Oak Park is going to be successful in this game.
Now Walia, number 15, down in the corner with the ball. Fires it back out, and Joey Vickery is going to make the Oak Park Raiders come out and play some basketball. The team that is trailing has to come out and play basketball, so it's Vickery who's going to wait for him, pull him out of that tight 2-3. See if they can get some openings there and get the ball around. Murray Geeman steps inside, throws that one off the glass, and it won't go. Good rebound there by number 34, Dean Patzer.
Good call there on Coach Gus's part. I'm pretty sure that we're going to see a little bit more of that. I was expecting Coach Gus to wait till about the 5-minute mark before he decided to pull his team out of the zone. Unfortunately, right there, we can see another breakdown in terms of the Oak Park team offense. What we're going to need is a timeout pretty soon by Coach Cassano, and looks like he's called one just now. I think it's an excellent time to call a timeout. A lot of frustration on the part of the Oak Park Raiders as their half-court offense is starting to break down, as just as successful as it was for them in the third quarter.
Right now on your screen, we take a look at the Oak Park Raiders bench, and there's some of the cheerleaders from Oak Park. They're doing a little dance here. Victory dance for the Oak Park Raiders, and quite a boisterous crowd from Oak Park, as well as one from Westwood. Both schools fairly well represented here at this Provincial AAA Basketball Championship. There's also a lot of very interested spectators, as when you get down to the finals in high school basketball, a lot of people come out just to enjoy the action. Right now, 6 minutes, 55 seconds remaining in the game, 52-45, 7-point lead for the Westwood Warriors. Coach Cassano calling that timeout. Take a look at some of the people in attendance here. I remind you that you're watching the best in high school basketball here on VPW Channel 13 Sports. I'm Blair Dugray, and along with Lori May, we provide you exciting entertainment we've done throughout the season, and here we are at the finals, the Provincial Championship.
With just under 7 minutes left in this game, a good call by Coach Cassano in terms of a timeout and try and settle down his team. And as far as Coach Gus is concerned, I think for the rest of the game, we're going to have to see Oak Park play a little bit of man-to-man here.
Dean Patzer picked up his second personal, the team's fourth. Good turnover. Here comes Bert Cummings. You're going to see the quickness of this young man. Oh, and he went towards the hoop. He lost control. There might be a wet spot down on that floor, and his feet just went out from under him. Another turnover.
Another unfortunate break for the Oak Park Raiders. They just don't seem to be getting any breaks in this game at all. Good steal by 32 Burton Cummings. Not going to pass the ball. He's going to take it right to the hole. He had the easy layup and just simply slipped on probably a wet spot there.
Maybe someone should take a look down there and maybe get that dried up, because with the perspiration coming from these players, that can happen. Once again, the same thing. Joey Vickery loses control. Cummings this time takes a good look. Goes up 2 points. Bert Cummings now with 6 points in the game. 52-47, a 5-point lead. 6 minutes, 5 seconds remaining.
What we have is Oak Park coming out. They're playing man-to-man. They're letting Joey Vickery penetrate, and then they're doubling up on him, and they caused a couple turnovers here. They almost got, and they do have their third. No, Burton Cummings going to be called by referee Kurtz for a chop on number 4, Joey Vickery.
32, Bert Cummings picking up his second foul. The team's 5th for this half. 5 minutes, 51 seconds remaining. Westwood out in front by 5 points. Joey Vickery, number 4, is going to inbound the ball. Gets it number 33, Rob Smith. They fire that ball back down around. Brian Hunter's going to have to come out on Cam Iwalia. They're looking to double team at every opportunity they can get. Hunter forcing Vickery in. Vickery takes that shot from the free throw line. Joey Vickery, 2 points, his first 2 of the second half. 10 on the game, and that puts his team back out in front by 7. A bad pass by 32, Bert Cummings. The ball flies out of bounds.
Burton hasn't had one of his better games. He's a very frustrated young man out there. What he's done, he's come up with a couple big steals, only for them to backfire on him.
Murray Geeman, a good offensive board. Can't get the drop, but he gets it a third time and throws it up for 2 points. He now has 20 points on the game.
In this man-to-man situation.
Timeout for the Oak Park Raiders.
Good call, good timeout. What we're looking at is we're now looking at a lead of 11 points here, 9 points I should say. What we've got to do if we're Oak Park is we've got to really tighten up, because in that man-to-man situation, it seems that Joey Vickery has the upper hand, and he's able to cause a lot of problems for the Oak Park Raiders.
56-47, 9-point lead for the Westwood Warriors over the Oak Park Raiders. 5 minutes, 6 seconds remaining in the final quarter here of this Provincial AAA Basketball Championship. Speaking of a lot of these players are grade 12 students. They'll be playing their last game. Grade 12 students for Westwood are Murray Geeman, Rick Downey, Derek Patton, Cam Iawalia. Those are all the grade 12 students that are in their final game of high school basketball. Well, for the Oak Park Raiders, we've got Ken Kowalski, Dean Patzer, John King, Brian Hunter, Joe Kostiniak, Chris Adams, and Bert Cummings. Some of those players expected to go on and do some bigger and better things next year. Ken Kowalski is planning to play his final high school basketball game tonight. He's planning to play his final basketball game ever. He's going to concentrate on universities next year. He plans to attend the University of Manitoba. Dean Patzer isn't sure whether he's going to play some basketball next year. Says he's going to go to Red River and he'll probably just spend time studying next year. So for a lot of these players, this is going to be their final game ever. And it's all due high school sports. That's what it's all about. The competition, the rewards. There's pluses and bonuses, and right now these people are playing their hearts out, these young men right here, and we saw the young women a little earlier. Oak Park trailing by 9 points. They've got the ball right now. They've got under 5 minutes to get themselves back into this game, and they're working very hard. If they can't do it, there's a turnover, though, as Westwood tried to come away with that ball.
Good ball movement by the Oak Park Raiders. What they're doing is they're trying to get that ball down inside to Chris Adam. I think they should get him the ball a little bit quicker. And just as I say that, we get a bomb from the outside by number 34, Dean Patzer.
Dean Patzer from the outside. He now has 12 points in the game. Joey Vickery, number 4, coming up on Bert Cummings. Cummings going to play him tough. Double dribble. Vickery loses control. Quickly, Oak Park comes away with that. It looked like there should have been a little whistle there as Cummings almost went down to the other end before he inbounded that ball. Dean Patzer gets it inside Kostiniak. Turnaround jumper. Throws that one away. Fighting down, a lot of action going down the floor, bodies hitting the floor, but no calls.
What Oak Park's got to do, I still keep saying, they got to get the ball down low to Chris Adams, not the number 33, Joe Kostiniak. He hasn't had any success. What he's got to do is he's got to get that ball back out there, and as we can see, he's frustrated, and he just picked up another foul here.
Joe Kostiniak picking up that foul. That's his 4th personal foul, the team's 6th of this half. 56-49, 3 minutes, 59 seconds now remaining in this 4th quarter. Westwood in control of the ball, and they've got a 7-point lead, number 4. Joey Vickery is going against 32 Cummings. He moves him outside. Vickery steps inside, loses control. Got another foul down underneath, reaching in. They're getting hands in there, and that's going to send Vickery to the bonus line. Bert Cummings picking up that foul. That's his 3rd personal. I said the team's 7th, and that's going to send Vickery to the bonus line.
That's going to put the Westwood Warriors to the line to shoot the bonus. As we can see, one of the big problems here for Oak Park is who's going to be able to contain number 4, Joey Vickery, who, as Coach Gus said earlier to me this week, he believes is the best guard in the province, without a doubt.
Grade 11, 5'7" Joey Vickery at the line to sink the first one of 2. He makes them both. He has 12 points in the game. His team is once again up by 9. Dean Patzer in control, brings it across the midcourt line, puts on the brakes, and gives it back to 32, Bert Cummings. 3 minutes, 35 seconds now remaining. 58-49, that 9-point lead for the Warriors looms large right now. Dean Patzer throws up another cannon, 2 points.
What we have for the Oak Park Raiders is Dean Patzer now. That's his 2nd long bomb from way out there. And they seem to be pretty content to try and take him from there. They don't want to work that ball inside. Coach Gus, with just over 3 minutes left, of course, he's going to spread his team out. They're going to work that clock. We're going to see the delay game by the Warriors here.
Right now, there's 3 minutes remaining in this game. 58-51. Joey Vickery, good move inside. Throws that one in for 2 points. Joey Vickery started out quick. He's come on quick now. John King going up on number 12, Murray Geeman, and a nice block shot, and they both hit the floor hard. There's a charge there. Might be called a charge. No. 32 Cummings called for the block. Half the fans like that call. Half of them don't. We're going to take a look at replay and see that foul as Cummings stuck out his knee, or that's what referee Kurt said.
Quite a turn of events here. What we've just seen is an amazing block by number 12, Murray Geeman. Here on our screen, you can see number 32, Burton Cummings. Down he comes, and for those of us who may in the crowd think it was a bad call, it was a good call by referee Krimble, as just before the contact, Burton did move the knee, and of course that's a block and not a charge.
Joey Vickery sank 3 in a row from the free throw line, looking for number 4. Doesn't get the roll that time. He has 15 points on the game, and quickly Oak Park comes up with number 21, John King. John King has that ball, gives it back to Bert Cummings. Cummings trying to get inside. They hit Chris Adam. That shot, 2 points. Adam now with 19 points in the game.
That's only about the second time that Chris Adams touched the ball in this quarter, and he scored both times. Got to get that man the ball.
Oak Park trying to steal the ball on every occasion. They're doubling, tripling. There's another foul. Number 21, John King picking up that foul. That's going to send 15, Cam Iwalia to the line.
That foul's going to go on number 21, John King, I'm pretty sure, and that's going to put Blair, that's going to put your favorite player at the line, and probably one of the names that you've had trouble with all year.
The names that I've had trouble with all year, Cam Iwalia, and anyone who plays for the Daniel Mac Maroons. Those are the names we can't figure out. 2 minutes, 10 seconds remaining, 61-53. Dean Pats are in control of the ball, 8-point lead. Bert Cummings now has that ball, trying to get inside. They get to Chris Adams. He throws it up, but big 6'6" Murray Geeman's there once again to take away that inside, and he's been doing it all so far in this game. Number 14, Todd Dan, coming back into the game. He replaces 15, Cam Iwalia.
Another strong defensive play there by number 12, Murray Geeman. Murray's come up with about 3 blocks in this third quarter that might just go down as the insurance markers for a victory here for the Warriors.
Rick Downey inside to Geeman. Geeman throws that one up about the glass. He hits the floor, and the ball falls through the hoop. He now has 22 points, and his team is up by 10 once again. Timeout. Oh, looks like Oak Park wanted to call timeout, and they do. Timeout by the Oak Park Raiders. 1 minute, 38 seconds remaining. 10-point lead. And let's take a look on our screen and watch some of the action that's taking part.
See the action here. Good, strong move by number 12, Murray Geeman, and he puts that ball up high off the glass to give the Westwood Warriors a 10-point lead with just a minute and a half left in the game. What's happening here now is, of course, Coach Cassano is going to set up a different type of press. What they're going to have to do if they're Oak Park is they're going to have to score fast. So what we're going to see is probably a lot of outside shots by number 34, Dean Patzer, or number 32, Burton Cummings. At the same time, after they score, we're going to see some full court pressure by the Oak Park Raiders, and they're going to try and cause as many turnovers as they can. Westwood, on the other hand, is going to have the presence of mind, I'm sure, to be able to more than likely go over top any type of pressure that Oak Park can throw at him, and the man who's going to key their press break, of course, is going to be number 4, Joey Vickery.
Well, while we have a little break in the action, let me give you a chance to talk about some of the people who are involved with our telecast here on VPW Channel 13 Sports. All of us from here, Laurie May and I, we're just a couple of amateurs, but the people that bring you this broadcast on VPW are all professionals. They go for our technical director, Craig Anderson, audio, Jerry McLean, VTR is Lonnie Wispiansky, cameras are Al Carboni and Ken Gabel, engineer is Chuck Warway. Those are the people with us tonight. Our next break will tell you the people who have been with us mostly throughout the year, bringing you this broadcast here on VPW Channel 13 Sports. Minute 25 seconds remaining. There's a foul on number 24, Brian Hunter. That is going to be Brian Hunter's second personal foul. Those other people have been involved with us throughout the year. Other technical director most of the year has been John Snyder, audio man Graham Southgate, and engineer Ken Hinnick. People involved in bringing you this telecast here on VPW Channel 13 Sports, and I know, Laurie, you and I really appreciate what they have done. Of course, we just forgot one name, but that was for a special reason, because we couldn't have brought this program without our technical producer, our director, our Mr. Everything, Mr. Jim McGregor.
What we're going to do here for the rest of the game is we're going to see probably a parade to the foul line of Westwood Warriors in terms of the fact that Oak Park's going to have to foul with just over a minute left in the game. We've got a turnover there by Murray Guillen. We're going to have Brian Hunter coming back with the ball for Oak Park.
Brian Hunter steps inside, fires that one up, it won't go, but he's fighting for his own rebound. We're going to have a jump ball, Murray Guillen and Brian Hunter.
Just before this jump ball, what I'd like to do is to add my personal comments to what you've already done, Blair, and that, of course, is to thank our executive producer, Jim McGregor, for all the work he's done and all the guys in the truck. And one of the names that we've also got to mention is Mr. Big, Mr. Everything, Mr. Morris Klimscher, who's done so much for VPW and bringing these high school broadcasts to the city of Winnipeg.
Another foul going in, just as you said, there'll be a lot of fouls. I think number 21 picking up that foul was John King. That's going to send Joey Vickery to the line. And I just want to add a few of my comments on about Mr. Klimscher, our executive director. Throughout this year, we've made Mr. Klimscher the front of all of our jokes, but some of the things that he has done for high school sports in the years that he has been involved with high school sports. You see a jam-packed crowd here. You see the banners all around, the sponsors. Those things would never have happened without Mr. Morris Klimscher. He's just done it all in high school sports. He's brought this from a level of being a very low tournament to a few people watching to one of the largest tournaments in Manitoba. And of course, it makes it even better because it's all for all of these athletes, the hours that he's put in. And I think a special thanks should go out to that man and what he's done for high school sports. He deserves standing ovation and a lot of credit.
Without a doubt, what Mo has done is an awful lot of work for the Manitoba High School Athletic Association, and without Mo, there probably wouldn't be that association. He's definitely one of the best promoters that you have here in the city of Winnipeg, and the fact that he's been the brunt of our comments for most of the year, all I can say in closing is that he deserves it.
That too, Mr. Morris Klimscher, and right now Robbie Smith's at the line. He's going to just put the icing on the cake here. He can't get that one to drop, but Murray Guillen's there. We've got another foul down underneath. Just playing out the final 41 seconds. We're going to ask you to stay tuned immediately following this game as we bring you the post-game ceremonies here, the presentations, the second place team, there's finalist banner, and the championship trophy, as well as the All-Star Awards, valuable player. And of course, hopefully we'll get a couple interviews in with a couple of the victorious members of whichever team it may be. Right now it looks pretty much like it'll be the Westwood Warriors. There's only 30 seconds remaining, and they're up by 11 points.
With 30 seconds left in the game and a 10-point lead, I'm pretty sure that what Coach Gus is going to start to do is bring some of his big guns out and let some of his bench players get in, especially those that are seniors. And this is exactly what's happening right now as we see number 44, Sean Britton, come into the game. And he's going to replace the big man, number 12, Murray Guillen. The Westwood Warriors are well-deserved of this victory and the boys' championship of the Provincial AAA basketball for 83-84. But at the same time, Oak Park Raiders have done a heck of a job getting here. And I know that Coach Cassano and everyone from Oak Park High School is very proud of their team.
Bert Cummings from the outside hits for 2 points. Oak Park has played themselves a whale of a game, coming from nowhere really in this provincial tournament. They weren't ranked in the top 4 teams, but they made it all the way to the final 4, and then they upset the Selkirk Royals. We're down to 5 seconds remaining, and this looks like it's just going to be about end. Play out the final seconds. Robbie Smith from the outside. It doesn't fall, but the 1984 Provincial AAA boys basketball champions are the Westwood Warriors. Coach Dave Gus, assistant George Brugg, and a happy group of Warriors on the floor right now. The 1984 Provincial champions, and they're going to set up with the closing ceremonies in a moment. Coach May, it's been a great season. We've covered a lot of high school basketball. As we come down to the final in high school, let me say it's been a pleasure to work with you this year.
Well, Blair, this is the first year that I've been involved with VPW. It's a totally new experience for me. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I'd like to thank you for the great year that we've had. And I think the real winners here are not you or myself or the boys in the truck or even Mo Klimscher, but those basketball fans out there in the city that are able to see the great work that's done by VPW and the whole package and the whole crew that get together to bring these presentations.
Yes, we say it once again. Thank you to VPW. Thank you to Mo Klimscher. Thank you to everyone involved here, because the benefit goes to amateur sports in Manitoba. That's what VPW tries to do. That's what we try to bring you right now, and you're seeing some happy moments here in high school sports. And high school sports, no matter what happens here, the Oak Park Raiders, and we able to talk about the final. Same thing for the Western kids. They'll talk about the final. Maybe on their lapels they'll wear that pin. That's significant with the championship of high school sports. Something that no one will ever take away from them. And to speak on reunions, let me just speak. Maybe for a moment I might have done this a little earlier, but my high school is having a reunion May 10th to the 12th. That's Grant Park High School, and I hope a lot of people from there come out. I hope a lot of ex-athletes come out. Time to talk about provincial championship, time to talk about high school sports in general, because high school sports is such a benefit to all of the people that take part. And Mo Glimcher put up a big promotion this year with high school sports, the other half of education. I think that high school sports is very beneficial, and it sure, not only does it help in a kid's education, but it helps in just their well-being as a person. High school sports is just an excellent experience for anyone who takes part, whether you're an athlete, cheerleader, in the band, any extracurricular activity. It's a benefit to the high schools.
There's no doubt about it, Blair. You have to agree fully with some of the things that you've said. We've got to watch some of these young men that are coming up here to receive, whether it be a runner-up or a final, I should say, or a championship pin or a ribbon, whatever it might be. A lot of these young men are going to be our leaders of tomorrow, and they're going to remember a lot of the things that have happened here in terms of leadership and character building through high school sport. And what I'd like to see us do a little bit more. What we've got to do is let's try and pump some more money into high school sports so that we can get ourselves some better equipment, better coaching, just an all-around better program, because the winners definitely are the kids, and that's what the high school sports should be for. And as a result, I think that what we've got to do in terms of our high school programs, whether they be volleyball, basketball, track, or whatever, is try and get as many kids involved as we can. And what we're going to need to do that is we're going to need funds.
One thing that high school sports do need, of course, high school sports still providing a great benefit to anyone who takes part, as long as any extracurricular activity. And right now on your screen, the Oak Park Raiders, the runners-up, and they've got nothing to be ashamed of, because they've had an outstanding high school basketball season, coming out of nowhere to advance to the championship game. And there's Coach Randy Casano, who just has to be congratulated for the excellent job that he's done throughout this year, bringing his team up to this final. But now we're going to see a very happy group of young men, the Westwood Warriors. And we can take a look over there at the Westwood bench. If we can get that on our screen in a couple of moments, you'll see them standing beside the cheerleaders. They're standing, all the players in there. The cheerleaders have a few tears coming down in their eyes. You can see the girls crying in the background. Here's Joey Vickery and Murray Gimmon to receive the championship banner. We'll also get the championship trophy. Two gentlemen, of course, who played their hearts out tonight. Joey Vickery, number 4, Murray Gimmon, number 12. And the rest of the Westwood Warriors. Coach Dave Gus, assistant George Rugg. Very happy moment for the players and the fans. See the first place ribbons and the pins that will be presented to the Westwood Warriors. And I don't think we have to speak any more about these pins. Players coming out on the floor right now. All from Westwood. Paul Bryant, Sean Britton, Chris Tambakis, Derek Patton, Murray Geeman, Joey Vickery, Todd Dan, Cam Iwalia, Clint Biblow, Chad McKay, Rick Downey, and Rob Smith. Those are the members of this team, the 1984 Provincial AAA Boys Basketball Champions. A couple of moments, we'll hang on. We'll get the award ceremonies of the most valuable players in the NBTVs. Here come the managers. Managers are Dave Gunther, Kevin Hollins. Of course, Coach Dave Gus, Assistant George Rugg, getting those awards from Vice President of the Manitoba High School Athletic Association, Bill Wedlake. The All-Star presentations coming up. Of course, these could be any of the players that took part in the Final 16 tournament. There's a couple of players from the University of Winnipeg, Perry Scarlett and Blaine Acton, coming out on the floor. Pardon me, that's Gord Tucker. Gord Tucker, of course, is a former Westwood Warrior, while Perry Scarlett played his basketball at Gordon Bell with the Gordon Bell Panthers. Both of them were on provincial champion teams.
Just earlier, Blair, you were talking about high school sport and some of the benefits of it. We can see out there on the floor two of the benefits of it in terms of Perry Scarlett and Gord Tucker, two fine young gentlemen that have come up through the high school ranks. Perry at Gordon Bell, and of course Gordon from Westwood. And just seeing these two young men out here and being able to watch them grow and mature through their high school and now their university careers make high school sport one of the most important things in a young man's life, the other half of that education.
Cliff Humans from Grant Park receiving the one of the All-Star awards. Now Terry Lamoureux of Techbach getting one. Bill Burrows, number 5 from Lord Selkirk, receiving another All-Star award here. I don't know if Bill's happens to be in the crowd. Don't see him come out on the floor. Number 4, Joey Vickery, All-Star in this tournament. Bill Burrows just came out to the floor there. Dean Patzer, an All-Star from the Oak Park Raiders. And that leaves just the most valuable player, and I think in this game, we know who that most valuable player was.
Well, that most valuable player trophy is going to have to go to the man that we were worried about in terms of if he could play an all-around game, and that's got to be big number 12, Murray Gieman, I'm pretty sure.
There he is, 6'6", grade 12, Murray Gieman from the Westwood Warriors, the 1984 most valuable player in the Provincial AAA tournament.
Seems that a lot of these big players surely can come to play in the final game. 2 years ago when Westwood won, the MVP was Mark Johansson. Last year with Daniel Mack, it was Joe Ugham. And this year what we're looking at is number 12, Murray Guillaume.
Coach May is going to go out on the floor right now and see if we can pick up an interview. We'll just have a couple moments. Maybe we'll talk with a couple of the players from the victorious Westwood Warriors. Hopefully we can get Joey Vickery and Murray Guilleman out into the floor, ask them a couple questions about how they feel. We'll get our final comments. Joey Vickery's out on the floor right now. Murray's going over. He's going to come over and take a look. We're just getting set up here. We'll stay with you for a couple more moments. Hopefully we'll let you know what's going on. Maybe just a couple final words with these players to let you know how they feel about their championship. Maybe get some comments on what they might want to do next year. Coach May's got them both out on the floor right now, so I think we're just about ready to go to that.
Hello, here we are back at the University of Manitoba Fieldhouse. This is Laurie Mary for Blair Dugray and VPW Sports. And I'm with the two co-captains of the winning Westwood Warriors. And that's Joey Vickery here to my right and Big Murray Guillaume. Joey, once again, I've seen you play an excellent game. You were really tremendous at the regionals over at Daniel. And in your own words, what do you think of the whole year?
Well, I thought we played pretty super. It took us a while to get it together, but we finally got it together towards the end of the year, and we were playing very well.
Well, what I'd like to congratulate you on is not necessarily the offensive play, but it seems to me it's the good defensive play. What you've been able to do is to steal a lot of balls and put a lot of pressure on people, and I think a lot of people go to sleep because they don't think that you're an imposing threat.
Yeah, they sort of telegraph the passes sometimes. Murray played excellent defense, though. He shuts people down pretty good.
The other thing I've got to ask you to strike some fear in the hearts of all basketball players around Manitoba. Are there any more Vickeries left that are going to be going to Westwood?
Not for a while.
Okay, on the other hand here, what I've got is I've got Big Murray Guillaume. This man, of course, is a little bit more of an opposing threat as he's a little bit bigger than Joey. Murray, it seems that the big men always come to play in this final game. I mentioned that 2 years ago when Westwood won, it was Mark Johansson. Last year, Joe Ughams with Daniel, and this year it managed to be you. You got to get together a complete game tonight.
Yeah, I think in the last couple of games everything came together, and I started playing better than I have been for the first part of the year.
Well, that's what we wanted to see. We've always wondered whether you could put the whole game together, and I think it's been super. Good way to finish.
Excellent.
Okay, congratulations, and you take care. And I'd like to call in co-host here, Blair Dugray, my buddy here. Blair, what are we going to do now?